Well, we're officially 3 weeks in, and free agency has not slowed down at all. I'm Ben Heltzer, and unfortunately, as you can see, Nick Lynch cannot be here with me today, but that's okay because I'm here with
Giulia, Hagen.
And welcome back to Top of the Line. Today we'll be going over everything that happened in free agency over the past week, so let's get into it. So starting with probably the biggest piece of news, Justin Fields has been traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it's not where I thought he would end up, but what are your thoughts on it?
Justin Fields last season, he started out really strong, and he came, and then the whole season he really progressed. And then now that he's going to the Steelers, I think he can really perform there with all the help of his team. So I think it's gonna be good for him.
Yeah, unfortunately, he was named as the backup. I have no idea why. Russell Wilson's going to start the season, but obviously they just did it to get Caleb Williams, the Bears. So I'm excited to see what Caleb Williams is going to do in Chicago and what Justin Fields is going to do in Pittsburgh. But staying on the topic of Pittsburgh, moving on, they've traded Kenny Pickett to the Philadelphia Eagles, and this makes sense. Obviously, they have two quarterbacks. They don't need a third. But I wasn't thinking that he was going to go to Philly, but, did you think?
No, I also did not think that he was going to go to Philadelphia, but Jalen Hurts is obviously the starting quarterback there, so he probably won't get as much playing time. He didn't perform that great last season also because he got hurt, but I think he'll be good if anything happens to Jalen Hurts, but if not, we probably won't see much of him.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Eagles do need a glorified backup, and he could be that guy.
Yeah.
So I guess it makes sense. But moving on, Curtis Samuel, former Commanders wide receiver, signs with the Buffalo Bills to replace Gabe Davis, and I love this signing. Obviously, I think he's going to be a great wide receiver too. And as a fellow Bills fan, what are your thoughts on this?
Obviously, I'm sad that we lost Gabe Davis, but seeing Curtis Samuel coming in, I think he'll really work well with Josh Allen. The two of them probably will connect really well, and I'm excited to see what he has to offer for the team.
Yeah, he could definitely get open if Diggs and Kincaid are locked up.
Yeah,
I think he'll be great with the Bills. Mm-hmm. But staying at the wide receiver position, Marquise Brown, former Cardinals wide receiver, comes to Kansas City. We all knew the Chiefs were going to get a receiver. This wasn't the receiver I thought they were going to end up with, but I think he'll be great. He's a speedster. He could be kind of like a mini Tyreek Hill almost. What are your thoughts on it?
Obviously the Chiefs have everyone they need, obviously winning the Super Bowl. But Marquise Brown is obviously going to be a really great addition to the team. Again, connecting with Patrick Mahomes, he's going to be really great. Like I said before, it's just a great pickup for the Chiefs.
Yeah, he could definitely be a great deep threat on that team, and it just makes the Chiefs that much better and that much more annoying. But moving on to the defense, to the defensive side of the ball, Chase Young, after playing not even a full season with the 49ers, moves on to New Orleans, signing with the Saints. And, the Saints did need some help on the D-line, and they got it. Chase Young obviously hasn't been great recently, but I think this is a great opportunity for him to bounce back and go back to his rookie form. So what are your thoughts on that?
I think he's going to be a really great asset to the defense. He could be a really great speed rusher, obviously helping out the team. Defense is obviously really important to the team. And if the defense is good, the offense will be good. And then the team will be. Yeah,
I agree 100%. The defense improving also improves the offense. And I think Chase Young is going to be a great fit for the Saints. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, we are out of time on the NFL today, but don't leave because when we come back, Matt and Noah will be talking college basketball and later the Premier League with Marco and Andrew. So stay right here on Top of the Line.
Hello and welcome back to Top of the Line. It's finally here. Time to fill out your brackets. Today we will be discussing and going over some of our picks for March Madness. Noah, time to answer the question everyone wants to know. Everyone knows UConn is winning. Give us some first round upsets.
So I think my biggest first round upset is I think New Mexico. I think they're gonna have a pretty good run. I've had my eye on them all year, and they've been a very good team. I think they've been good offensively. They've gotten the job done defensively, and I think they can make a big run here. I think they could even make it to the Sweet 16 if they really just keep playing how they have all year and, make some upsets.
I'm looking at McNeese State to make a run. Will Wade has done a great job here, and they have Cinderella written all over them. New Mexico is another team I have an eye on. Noah, give us a sleeper to make it through to the Sweet 16.
So my upset pick is I think FAU is going to upset UConn in round 2, and I think they're going to be able to make it to the Sweet 16. FAU is a very good team last year. They made it pretty far, and I think they're going to do the same this year. I think they can make it even farther this year, but I have FAU making it to the Sweet 16 and beating UConn in round 2.
I have FAU as well. This was the same team that was seconds away from the final last year. I think they will shock the world. Well, that's all for March Madness this week, but don't move, because next up is Andrew and Marco on soccer.
Hello, I'm Marco Baldino.
And I am Andrew Mirzaaghasi.
And we will be covering this week's games in the FA Cup.
So, we're going to talk about the elephant in the room.
Elephant green screen effect.
The Man United versus Liverpool game, in which Man United somehow won 4-3.
Yeah, I think this was a really good game. It had everything. The goals,
It was a really
shots,
good game.
saves, the intensity, and the late drama in this game. It had everything that was needed for a perfect game.
It was definitely the most perfect game, and it even went to extra time at around, I think, at least 120 minutes of pure soccer.
Yeah, it went to extra time too. It's the late drama that really, really perfects the game.
It really perfected the game, especially with the upset that somehow Man United won against the Liverpool. I was not expecting that at all.
No, I wasn't expecting it either. And the 21-year-old Ahmad for Man United scores a late winner in extra time for Man United to win the game. The 21-year-old.
Yeah, most definitely. He really showed it out with this, and he scored.
You want to know something about him? I saw he's from Ivory Coast, and he's Italian. So maybe we could bring him onto the Italian squad.
Italian.
Yeah.
You could get you want the whole stack for the national Italian team, don't you?
Yep, exactly. We need to
Italian pride over here.
Mm-hmm.
He really wants Italy to go and bring it on. So anything could happen there. So yeah, Man United finally advanced in the FA Cup, and I wonder how they're gonna do.
I think they'll definitely win their next game. I'm pretty sure they're definitely gonna make it to the finals of this. But now we go to the other game, Chelsea versus Leicester City. Chelsea win 4-2. It's a good win. I mean, they should have won, I feel like, but I feel like it was somewhat deserved, somewhat not deserved of a win because of the performance. And also Raheem Sterling's embarrassing performance. Missed penalty, horrible free kick if you saw it, and just the chances he missed. I will give him a good assist on Cole Palmer's goal, but everything else wasn't too good.
I mean, they were starting off really good. It was 2-0 into the first half, I think, and then what happened in the 51st minute?
Own goal. Our center back Diazy scored from 30. Scored an own goal from 30 yards out.
That was a little bit embarrassing. At least you guys still won that game, but I felt like that goal could have just been preventable.
Yeah, and then Leicester City tied the game. It was a really nice goal from Amavididi. I think that's how you say his name. Scored a really nice goal to tie it up, but then Chelsea. After that, it was all Chelsea on the attack. He had chance after chance and scoring 2 goals in stoppage time.
Yeah, at least you guys secured the win. At least it didn't end up with a tie. 4-2, that's pretty good. And the nice of it is that Chelsea gets to advance.
Exactly.
Now we get to talk about Man City versus Newcastle, in which Man City wins 2-0. And both of these goals were made by Silva. So
yeah, Bernardo Silva.
Yeah, he made it in, and he scored twice for Man City to finally advance.
Personally, for me, I feel like this was a pretty boring game. I mean, both goals for Bernardo Silva were off of deflections from the Newcastle defenders, but Newcastle had nothing in this game. 2 shots, 1 on target. They had nothing going this game, and I feel like it was just a very boring game.
And I felt honestly, I agree with that too, but I feel like when Silva would score, it was mostly in the first half, and then nothing else mostly didn't happen. So I could say that's pretty boring game too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could say that.
And now in the semifinals, it's Chelsea versus Manchester City again.
Yep, this time in a more serious position this time of who would actually advance to the finals, and that happens on April 20th.
All right, now we have to have a winner in this game, so let's get our prediction. Let's get our prediction.
All right, you want a prediction? I say there's going to be a penalty shootout for this one.
I think you're kind of reading my mind right here because I was also thinking that, or it goes into extra time.
Probably, but after seeing what our teams did in Premier League, I'm thinking penalty shootout.
All right, I got 2-1 for Chelsea winning this game. I think it's going to be an upset.
You think it's gonna be upset? I think it's gonna go penalties, and then I feel like Man City would win by just 4-3.
4-3 in penalties.
Yep.
That's a good prediction.
That's a very good one. Just because I know how the teams would go, because we would mostly tie, and since we have to have a winner, I feel like penalties are most likely to happen. So it's gonna be pretty exciting when it happens. Thanks for watching. Tune in for next week for a recap of NFL and college basketball games, continuing coverage of the Premier League, all of this and more on the next episode of Top of the Line.